Hey brand stars, it's Kelly from Bedro Brand Box back to you with another brand tip video. So today I am walking you through a technique of mine that I use with my clients to really help align their brand personality into a style quite quickly using a brand plotting technique. So whether you're a designer working on a brand project or you just need more clarity on your own personal brand style, this video is for you, so keep watching. So stay with me because we're about to think outside the box after this. All right, so you know what's up. Subscribe, share these videos so that we can keep making videos to help brands look saucy. Now, I definitely recommend this technique after you've done your foundational homework. And what I mean by that is you know your mission, you know your products and services, you've already done a competitive analysis of the market, and you especially know your character because that is going to be key into using this technique appropriately. I'll actually have a video coming out shortly about the foundations on how to start your brand, but this is all about the style portion of it and really aligning your personality in a high level technique. So why do you need a brand style? Well, it's definitely important to have a correct first impression for your brand, but I want to go a little bit deeper than that. A brand's power is in its ability to motivate someone to take action. So whether that's call, purchase, subscribe, or even participate, all of these are a particular action-driven goal in mind that you have for your audience. But don't get me wrong, it's not just about the action we want people to take, it's also about building that important connection for your brand with others. And to do that, we use emotional triggers. So whether it's an expression of excitement and rebellion, like Harley Davidson, or you want to create connection and happiness like Coca-Cola, these are emotional triggers that are the foundational representations of your brand style. Every visual, word, and story that comes from your brand evokes a particular emotion or a combination of emotions that are unique to you. And this comes down through your brand's expression through style and messaging. And this video is all about finding that right emotional trigger so that we can align on how that translates into the perfect style for your brand. So let's get started. All you'll need today is a pen and a piece of paper. I personally prefer graph paper for this. Now, typically you'll use an X and Y axis to do competitive analysis, or what we call brand position plotting. So for instance, your X-axis could be pricing and your Y-axis could be how long they've been in the market, whatever that is that you want to plot to help position your brand in the market. That is a great tool, but I've taken it one step further. I am using it to find a style in the market based on where your brand positions in any of these quadrants. It leans to a particular style. And this is great information that you can give to your designer, or if you are the designer, I recommend going through this with every client so that you can really have a clear understanding on the visual side where their brand position aligns and how that really translates into a perfect style for them. All right, so get a fresh piece of paper. Draw a vertical line with arrows on either side. This is called your intensity line. The higher that your brand is on the intensity line, the more bold you are. You love to take action, you're more of an adventurous brand. Spontaneity is your best friend, all right? Now, the less you are on the intensity line, the calmer your brand is. You are like a soft breeze in the wind on the beach. Your brand is extremely calm when your audience interacts with it. You love to think about things. You analyze ideas. Your brand is more contemplative and reserved than we would say on more intense or bold brands. All right, so go ahead and pause this video. Really think about, where you are in the line, and a good tip for this exercise so that you really have clarity from this technique is make sure that you are more on one side versus the other. All right, so go ahead, pause this video and plot where you think your brand is on the intensity line. Okay, so now the next step is to draw a horizontal line intersecting the center of the vertical intensity line. This is called the structure line. So the more you lean to the left is more structure, and the more you lean to the right is less structure. So for example, the more structure you are, the more refined you are as a brand. And the less structured you are, the more free spirit. So I like to call this the free spirit side, and I like to call the left side refined. If you're more in the free spirit, again, you're adventurous, you're a risk taker, you're more creative, there's definitely more variety, you're more explorative in your brand, and you love new things. All right, now moving to the left side, now the refined side, you are definitely less explorative, you are more consistent with your brand, you love the details. You'll see a lot of technical brands more on the left side and a lot of the more creative brands on the right side. So go on ahead and pause this video and plot where you think you are on the structure line. So now that you have a dot on the intensity line and you have a dot on the structure line, go on ahead and draw a line horizontally from the vertical and then vertical from your horizontal dot, and where that intersects is going to be your brand position. And you should line perfectly in one of the 4 quadrants. So you might lean more towards the middle, you might lean more towards the top, more towards the right, more towards the left. But each of these 4 quadrants corresponds to certain personality traits that will help you determine your brand style. How cool is that, right? So here's just a few personality traits that I've created that works really well in presenting this to my clients. You can always adjust the personality traits, not going too far off the reserve here, but you can always adjust, lining to what you think might be best. So this is a really fast and easy technique. Stay with me because I'm going to now translate where your personality is on this quadrant into a style. All right, are you ready? Here we go. So the higher you are on the intensity, if you are above that horizontal line, you would be considered a bolder brand. All right, now that seems more obvious, but this is where it really gets cool with the plotting technique. Now that you have that bold side, right? The more refined your style is going to be. If you're in that top left quadrant, you are bold and refined. If you are in that lower left quadrant, you are going to be calm and refined. And that really translates perfectly into a style, especially if you're a designer. Seeing this so clearly, being able to present this information to your client is going to give you so much credibility and really set up the reasoning for why you designed a certain way. When it comes to style, obviously the bolder you are, you have to turn up the intensity on your style. Use bold typography. This is where we go turn up the notch on the brightness of the colors. And then the more refined you are, we're going to take away the variety in the styling. So we're going to add more refined typography. If it's bold, maybe we'll use all caps, we'll use strong language, we'll use bold imagery. And then the more free spirit you are, this is where you can get really playful, have more colors, have more variety in your fonts. You're a little bit more playful and creative and illustrative in the brand, the use of the brand style. When it comes to personal styling, think about how this translates into your personal style as well. The bolder you are, definitely have fun with color. The more muted you are, think about approachability above anything else. Again, the more free spirit you are, you can have a lot more fun with the types of clothing. The more refined you are, this is where you're going to really restrict your clothing to a higher end look, a more professional look. The more you are to the left, the less creative of a look you're going to have, but still refined, professional, high end, and buttoned up. All right, brand stars, I can't wait to see how you use this technique in your own business. personal brand or for your clients. So until next time, be bold, be brave, and be you.